I'm going to start all over. Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen. And look, I know all of us, and I know you. You want to feel calm. You want to feel happier, more in control. You want to reduce the stress. You want a relaxed mind. You want the ability to focus. And we all have that in common. I know that's what I want. But you know what? So often life feels cluttered and out of control, and the anxiety levels hit. And the clutter in the home comes back as soon as we shuffle it out the front door. It feels like it's coming in the back door. And we're struggling maybe with diet and having self control in the food area. That's definitely an area I have struggled with. And maybe you feel tired and you don't have a whole lot of energy and life just seems to drag you along. And I put up a poll and say hi to Evelyn while I'm bringing up this poll and tell you that I am in the greater Portland area of Maine. So the poll I put up on my community page, and if you haven't seen it yet, then when this is over, I'd love for you to go over and cast your vote. It'll help me to plan out videos. But 13% of you said your schedule's cluttered and you need just feeling like life's dragging you behind it. 38%, your body, I need to eat better and move more, but I need help. Spiritual life, I need hope and encouragement and a faith partner. My house, 22%, can't keep up with the clutter that will come back. And then 16% just could not pick one. So we're all basically in the same boats. But I believe that all of us together can work toward a brighter tomorrow and we can move forward having the life that you want. And I want to help you and I want to help in any way that I can. And that's why I wanted to come on live today, is because this is a definite shift for me. Esther said, food has been my thorn for years. And as far as tired, it's been horrible. Just recovered from lines and then went into COVID and both have symptoms of fatigue. And boy, do I understand that. So I think July is just the best time for a reset because we're halfway through 2022. And I don't know I can't remember what my word of the year was, even. Honestly, I really can't. So I know what it should have been. And it should have been reset, because this is turning out to be a reset year for me. And I want it to be a reset year for you too. If you're feeling like there are goals and there's a way that you want your life to run and you're not there yet, okay? So that's what we're going to be that's what we're going to be moving toward, is having a renewal, a commitment to ourself and the life that we're trying to build, that we want to reset our mind, our body, our spirit, and our environment. We want to rediscover the goals. I want you to rediscover the goals that are important to you. And I want you to get back your why. It's so important to know why. Whenever you're setting a goal, I want you to write down, or I hope you write down your why. Why is this something I need to achieve? So I don't just want a clean living room. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. Okay. I want a peaceful living room where I can sit down and relax without having to see 50 things that don't belong there in front of my eyes, because I know that leads to stress. So knowing your why is so, so very important. It's the vital step in figuring out how to achieve your goals and to create a life that you actually enjoy living. So, we're going to stop merely surviving, and we're going to know our why, and we're going to find the courage together to take steps toward the goals that we're trying to achieve. And we want to revive ourselves and live our best life. I don't want to live your best life. I don't want you to live my best life, but we all need to live our own best life. I'm so glad my feed is perfect. Thank you so much for that, Kristen. I appreciate that more than you know. And so let's work toward regaining the life we love and some vitality and energy to boot, okay? But to do this, I really feel like we need information, but not just information. You can find information anywhere, but I want you to find community here. And I want us to be able to be in this together, okay? So as a lot of you know, so we've been working on, you've seen a lot of decluttering videos on my channel, and mostly it's been decluttering the spaces in my home. A lot of you found me through me decluttering my basement, which I'm, of course, still working on. And I also have a spot outside I need to declutter and then upkeep in the main areas of the house. But I don't want it to stop there. I do think the environment you live in and having that decluttered is definitely important because I think when I look around and see a mess, I feel stuck. And then it helps me to feel stuck in other areas as well. So I don't just want to talk about environmental declutter anymore. I want to widen and broaden what we're talking about. A lot of you know that back in, when was it? March, I injured my knee. So if you don't know, I was heading to visit my son and daughter in law and my two grandkids in Alabama, and I just had a freak fall in the airport where my knee went out on me, and I think it had actually been bothering me for a while, but because I have disc issues in my back, I just honestly blame everything on my discs, okay? Because you get radiating pain going down your legs, so it kinda makes sense that your knee might hurt. And so all of a sudden, I'm in the bathroom and my knee just completely collapsed. So if this is my leg, or actually, let's use this hand. If this is my leg and this is my knee, it just went toward the in it's not supposed to be that way, right? It went toward the inside, and I went flat down on the ground. And so that when I got home from that vacation, I ended up finding out that I had ruptured my ACL, torn my MCL, and my meniscus. And I knew that my weight was a big factor in healing my knee because they were not recommending surgery for me. They said, if you were an athlete, if you were younger, if you were an athlete, then yes, we would consider reconstruction there. But it's just a very long healing process, super painful. And they said, you can live without an ACL. There's a hole where the ACL goes now. Put my ring back. And they said that that's not something that we'd recommend doing for you. So the plan was to go to physical therapy and to strengthen the knee. And of course, if you struggle with weight too, then that is always the very next conversation that you have is, look, girl, you have got to lose weight. And so obviously I've wanted to lose weight. I have always struggled with my weight ever since I went through puberty. I have had some successes and I have had regains, and it's all brought me to where I am today. And Esther is talking about decluttering and moving. I can definitely relate. And so, going green mom isn't the ACL what allows you to flex your foot though? Well, it must not be because I can flex my foot. I think they told me it was my knee stabilizer. It's right in the center, if that's right. So, it is something. So my knee is always going to be kind of loose, and I'm always going to have to be careful. So I knew that I needed to do something, and I had some success on WW. Used to be called Weight Watchers back then, but to be perfectly honest, they were always changing the program. Hi, Kathy. I'm so glad you're here. They were always changing the program, and so I was doing super well on Smart Points, and I was measuring and doing all the things. And then they changed it and they made a lot more foods free. Well, honestly, if free worked for me, I wouldn't have a weight problem. So as soon as they switched to free, I just bottomed out. I couldn't get anywhere with it. And they were saying, well, you need to just be fixing that yourself. If free doesn't work for you, stop being so free. It's like, well, I kind of needed a program. Why else would I pay for Weight Watchers if I didn't need a program, right? So I think now you can choose your program. Honestly, choices isn't what I need. But my sister had come up the summer before, and she was on a plan and was finding great success in it. And so I knew, and she had broken her foot. So she wasn't able to exercise. So I knew that she had a plan that worked, even though she couldn't exercise. And she was actually a coach for that plan. So I gave her a call. Now, if you don't know, we have moved from decluttering your house to the different areas that we also need to declutter. And I'm talking about body because the largest percentage of people that, needed to declutter on my poll said the body. So I'm going to tell you my experience, tell you where I'm at. I have gotten a lot of questions on how I'm losing weight. I have lost 37 pounds so far, and I started the program. Let me look. I have this little planner that I keep track of my weight. So I started on this plan in March. It's right here. Where is it? Not March, April 5th. So I started at April 5th. So April, May, June, July. So in 3 months, I have lost 37 pounds. Now, the disclaimer of this program says average weight loss is 12 pounds on the first 12 weeks. I lost 35 pounds in the first 12 weeks, and it's been about 13 weeks now. So or maybe I lost 30 pounds in the first 12 weeks, and anyways, I'm continuing to lose past the 12 weeks. And so thank you, Esther. She said that my face is looking thinner. Yes, so I have dropped 37 pounds. Super excited about that. Um, One of the things I loved about this program, it's actually called Optavia. And I know some of you have heard about it. So it has fuelings. That's what it calls it. So this is one of my fuelings. And so you eat every 3 hours, and all of your macronutrients, micronutrients are all counted for you. It is a lower carb diet, not as low carb as keto. When I was on keto, I was at like 28 carbs a day. I lost no weight on keto. Not long term anyway. It just didn't work for me. This is at about 100 carbs a day. And yes, I've tried the carb managers. So I needed something that did it all for me. Honestly, large family, lot going on, YouTube. I just don't have time to be weighing and measuring I just don't have time for it. I needed something that was already built for me. So I decided to start the Optavia plan. I started it, as I said, on April 5th, and I have lost 37 pounds so far. I don't intend to stop, and I'm super excited that I don't think they're going to be changing their program. It's personalized to me. I have a coach. The coach is at no extra cost. It's someone that I can ask questions to anytime, and um, we get to have a call. And Esther, I got to tell you that I was also concerned. Oh, Kristen says she gained weight on keto. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work for me. It didn't work. Um, I felt initially physically better, but didn't actually lose weight. So, anyways, I was concerned about the cost of Optavia too. And I don't know if it's my budget, but when I actually started counting what I spend monthly, because you're buying a monthly box, but you could buy a box every 2 weeks if you wanted, if that's how you get paid. But, anyways, when I actually started counting out dollar per dollar, what am I spending on groceries? For me, um, it wasn't any more expensive, because if you have a box of 7 of these, this could be 7 breakfasts or 7 lunches, or all of the fuelings are created equal. Um, they all have the same nutrients, minerals, carbs, protein, fat. They all have the same. So it doesn't matter which one you're eating. They have, obviously options. So if I compared it to a granola bar, well, yeah, it's going to be more expensive. But when I think of all that they have in it and that it's a meal for me, then it ended up not being any more expensive. Plus, I'm not going out to eat as much. I'm not getting coffees at Dunkin' or Starbucks. So when I took all of my food costs and added it all up, it really wasn't any more expensive. And so I know that, like, for example, what the first thing they do is they give you a free health assessment. And if you're interested in a health assessment, I do have a form linked in my description box below. You could do a free health assessment and decide if this is going to work for you, if it's something that you're interested in hearing more about. And then if you decide it's not right for you, that's fine, because the health assessment was free anyway, so you're not going to lose any money there. The other thing I loved about this that I'm going to show you is it has a life book, because I have gained and lost and gained and lost throughout my life. And so this book is really helping me to reset my mind and to think about why I personally eat things that I shouldn't eat, that aren't good for my body. And for me, I am an emotional eater. and I want to treat myself when life is hard, and I go to food for that. It fills a hole in me, and I keep filling it. And so this book is really what Optavia is about. The the diet part, the food part is a tool. Their goal is to get you off the food that they're providing for you. So their goal is that you eventually you're going to go back to all of your own meals. Right now, I have 5 for me, for my personal plan. I'm on what's called the 5-in-1, which is 5 fuelings and then 1 meal that I make for myself where they give me guidance on how many ounces of meat, how many ounces of greens that I'm going to consume in that particular meal. So that's the only meal that I have to measure. Like I can take, if I'm going to be out for the day, hold on. I can take my fuelings, throw them in my pocket, and then I know that I have them. Or if I'm home and I want to make, myself some pancakes for breakfast, I can use the packet, add the water, make the pancakes. I don't want to be measuring and counting all day. It's more than I can seriously do. Um, Protein isolates, Jennifer. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I could, if you want to, when this video is over, either email me, thismainermom@gmail.com, or because these comments that come on a live, they're going to disappear as soon as I end the live. YouTube doesn't let me keep these, so I'm going to lose that question. So you could email me the question. You could put it in the comment section when the live is over, or you could fill out the jot form or the form that's in my description box, and you could have the free health assessment. So I didn't have time to be measuring and weighing, so it really helps me that I only have to do that once a day, or I could even pre-make meals once a week and make myself 7 meals and then just be grabbing them out of the freezer or refrigerator to go ahead and eat so that I'm not doing it over and over. Yeah, Going Green Mom says, I've even started prepping celery so I can grab a couple of stalks before eating. That's a really great idea. So let me see, where was I? So while I was talking to my sister, because people were starting to ask me here on YouTube as they noticed that I was losing weight, is what was I doing? And so I had said to her, hey, because it's actually my sister who's my coach. And so that's fun. And she's a really great coach. I really love her, and I've heard from other people that do Optavia that they love her too. So anyway, she is my coach, and so I talked to her and I said, "Hey, could I have your information because there are Karen, there is a checkbox in Studio that allows you to keep live chat." Yeah. Oh, is there? I'll have to look for that. Thank you. I said, I need your information because people are starting to ask me what my program is, and so would you like to be their coach? And she was like, I'll be their coach. She just challenged me as only a sister who's close to me can. She's like, you're the person they trust. So would you consider being their coach if you really want to help these people? She's like, I really feel like it should be you. And I thought about it. I prayed about it. And I thought, okay, I need to put my time where my mouth is. And if you would like to try Optavia and have the free health assessment, I am being currently trained as an independent coach for Optavia. I always say it wrong, Optavia. And so I could actually be your coach, which would mean that I would be the person that you be having either a phone conversation or texting or email, however you choose to do it once a week. And I would be the person cheering you on to help you do what I have done and what I am doing and will continue to do. And we could be on this journey forever. Forever? No, together. But at first, it would be me and my sister Lori because she's fully trained, and I don't want to risk that there might be information that I don't have that you need. So she'll do it with me until I'm fully trained, and then she would go ahead and drop off once she's not needed anymore, and you and I would continue. So that is just something I'm putting out there. Like I said, link in my description box. And I really just want what's best for you, whatever that is. I know that what's best for me isn't necessarily best for everyone. And I am 100% comfortable with that. It's just another area of decluttering. So if I'm going to help you declutter your house, I'd like to also help you declutter your body. It's just another area that all of us are often looking for help and support. But even if you never try Optavia, it's going to be part of my channel now, not necessarily. I don't want it to become a diet channel for sure. But at the same time, as I'm learning things about mindset and how to make better choices for myself, how not to eat emotionally, then I'm going to be sharing those naturally with you as my friends because I care about you. So it's not really about that. If that's something that can serve you, great, let's do it together and I'll help you. And you can be calling me once a week and we can have a short phone call every week and cheer each other on. And I can see how you're doing. I can answer any questions. But it doesn't have to be that. You're right here with me and we have a community together as well. So, but body clutter is another area I think that really slows us down. I think a lot of times body clutter, that's what I'm calling my weight now. I'm calling it body clutter, keeps me, not only that, if I have body clutter, I don't have the same kind of energy, right? And I don't have the same motivation. I'm tired, I'm lethargic. So it's harder to keep my house clean. It's harder to declutter my basement. All those things get harder. I really think I was filming a lot the week before I went, and I think I overdid it. And that's really what did my knee in. So it's exciting to me that I have 37 pounds worth. And I think you're supposed to multiply times four. Like that's almost 160 pounds off my knees from losing this weight. But we all know that body clutter helps us feel lethargic and makes it harder to keep our homes clean. And as we get older, because I am in my mid 50s, it becomes more and more hard to be mobile. And as I went to physical therapy, oh, it was literal therapy for me because everybody there was working on mobility. Everybody there was fighting for mobility, and it was so healthy for me to see all of us. And I think that's what has inspired me to come on here and talk to you about it is I just saw all of us doing it together, and it was so inspiring and motivating to me, even if I never talked to a soul who was there, but to say hi and smile. It just was amazing, amazing. So, body is just another area that we need decluttered so that we can be the best me, we, you that you can be so that you can live a healthy life and accomplish your goals. It's hard to accomplish your goals when you're exhausted. So, another area, look at my notes, people, that I would like to start talking about on my channel is decluttering our schedules. And I would like to help you to schedule maybe, I don't know, I'd love to eventually create some. Oh, Fly Lady has a body clutter book. Okay. That is a fun term. See, now I got to be careful because she might have trademarked that body clutter. I got to look. So I better not put that on a title in my YouTube until I. So the way it's going to work. Okay, I talked about scheduling. So I feel like decluttering a schedule is another area of how to plan what you want to do with your day. I want to help you, which also helps me setting reasonable goals. If let's say exercise is a goal, I want to help you just like in decluttering where I say, hey, take 20 minutes. I want to be the encourager that says, hey, take 5 minutes, walk on a treadmill for 5 minutes, walk outside, get fresh air, 5 minutes. Then let's work to six, seven. Uh, So much of life is about taking it in small bites. And then as you can make that bigger. Or if you can't, isn't 5 minutes better than no minutes, right? And I'm learning such huge lessons. And if you ever want to read a book on this, Atomic Habits, look that up on Google. That is a great book that really talks about this whole principle of starting really small. And we've all seen the power, and well, most of us have seen the power of those tiny tidies, right? Let's tiny tidy our bodies too, not just our houses. Let's tiny tidy our schedules. Let's look at our budgets. Let's declutter the budget. Let's declutter what we're spending our money on. Let's declutter what we're spending our time on. Not so that you're working all day from sunup to sundown to have this perfect house, this perfect body. That's not it at all. But let's do the things that accomplish the goals we want and also have time for self care, for going to the beach, for hanging out with friends and family, and for living a life that we really enjoy without always feeling stuck and always feeling ashamed and always wanting to lock the door so people won't see and always want to completely cover up from head to toe so that nobody sees my body clutter, you know? It's just time to kind of step out and get those things taken care of. Don't you agree? Tell me if you agree. And Lisa Ann says she walks to the corner of her block and back after she eats. That's so amazing. That's awesome. And Going Green Mom is walking in her garden every day. Love that. Love that. Karen, I appreciate you saying that my channel is motivating. That's definitely an answer to prayer. So, as we go, and I don't want to keep you too long today, but there's one more thing I want to talk about. And so, I'm going to talk about faith and I'm going to talk about my spiritual walk. So, if that's something that you don't want to hear about, I completely understand. This is the tail end of this live. And so, um, I want you to know I'm working on decluttering my home. I'm working on decluttering my body. I'm working on decluttering my budget. I'm working on decluttering my schedule. I'm going to be sharing all of these things. So before the people go who might not want to hear about my spiritual walk, I want you to know that the decluttering our house videos are going to continue. The tiny, tidy videos, whenever I can do those, are gonna continue, and you know Sunday is gonna keep those going weekly for you to watch. The cleaning videos are going to continue, and then all these other areas that I'm talking about decluttering, whether it's our bodies, our schedules, our budgets, those are gonna go into day in the life those, okay? A lot of people found me through decluttering my basement, and I'm so thankful for it, so thankful to have the company. It has encouraged me so much, would not be where I was today. So I don't want to touch that. We're gonna keep that the way it is. And then these other areas, yeah, you're right, Kristen, I could burn out. These are things I've kind of been working on anyway. I just haven't shared them, so I wanna start sharing them. And so they'll be in my day in the life videos. So whenever you see a day in the life, you know that you're going to see how I am working these things out in my life, and hopefully it will be an encouragement to you. And we'll be visiting in the comments section as well. And, perhaps some of these things will grow over time. Right now, I'm kind of keeping the house declutter, and then I am offering help through Optavia. If you're looking for someone to coach you and you want to be connected with me personally each week, that's something that we can do together. Once I have that kind of settled, if I can move out and branch out into providing you with materials that would be like I said, the diet would be personalized to you if you had going through diabetes, or there's other factors, decreased mobility like I was, they'll cater that to you. Then I would love to create scheduling and, I don't know, planner type stuff that's also personalized to you, but can't do that yet. We'll see where that goes. So any of those other things you're going to see in my day in the life videos, just so that you know. I want my people to know where to find that stuff. But what I notice in life, and there came a point in my life where I realized that I needed Jesus because I am a sinner, I am imperfect, I make big mistakes, and I knew that I needed a savior. And I reached out and I prayed, God, would you be my savior? Would you take my life? Would you use my life for your glory, for your good? And would you help me to serve others? I mean, I didn't say it like that then. I was like 11. But over time, that has been what I've wanted. And I notice that when I don't go to God with my emotions, when I'm not meeting with Him daily, reading my Bible and praying, that everything else falls apart right along with it. And so, Lisa Ann, I can definitely relate to you. Yeah, I still have 100 pounds to go once I get my bill paid off so I can get clothes. Yes, I completely understand. Yes, and Esther, you are so right. We all need Jesus. It is just true. And so, one of the things I've been doing as I declutter my schedule is putting first things first. And I started this particular prayer journal, It was just a regular, in fact, it's broken. And you might have seen it in my day to life. I started this prayer journal on May 4th of this year. And then ever since May 12th, I have been able to wake up early, get up, I go and I get my Optavia shake and I put coffee in it instead of water. So that's my coffee for the day. And I sit down and I am meeting with God and I'm going to show my app. I use the U version app. Let me go home. Let me make sure there's nothing here that okay. This is my U version app and it's completely free. And if you can see that, you see the Bible. So if you go to your app store, that's what it looks like. You can friend me there. So, hey, I'm in it with this too, because this would be an easy one. Karen at thismainermom, and it has the at sign. See? Karen at thismainermom. You can find me. You can friend me on YouVersion. It's Youversion, all as one word. And there have been other people. Well, there have been other people from this channel who have found me on YouVersion and are following me there. Then you can see you can see all of the devotionals that I am doing, that I have done. You can look them up. There's a search bar where you can browse and you can look up your own. You can see what I'm doing. But there's even been someone here. Hi, a fellow Mainer, Terry. That's always good to see a fellow Mainer. Blinky light. So I'm like, whoa, what's that? So there's even been one person on here who has invited me to do devotionals with her, and we've done them together, and I've loved it, every minute of that. And perhaps we say, excuse me, I lost my train of thought because I was looking at Kristen. Kristen's okay. I get it, Kristen. I totally understand. But if you want to do devotionals with me, we can do devotionals with me. You can reach out to me and say, could you please pick one for us? Or you could pick one and invite me, and I will say yes, and I will do it because I need all the help that I can get to, and I find it super motivating, encouraging. So I go to YouVersion every day, and I am doing my plans each day. I'm kind of plan binging. And then I'm writing in my prayer journal. And for me, it worked out better to have just a regular blank journal. Like this is the one I'm working in now. It's just a regular blank journal. And then I start with praise. And so I put my praises. I'm reading scripture. I'm praying scripture. When I can't think of anything to use for praise, then I will look to the Psalms or a praise passage and I will pray that to God. And then I'm laying out my requests to him, confessing things, like I'm impatient or I wasn't a nice person yesterday. And completely just pouring that out to him. I use planner stickers. I use washi tape. I make it look beautiful. I can be saying, I'm so devastated, but it's going to have a pretty flower on it. And that just helps me and it motivates me. And that has really just changed my whole day to have that time. And I'm getting up extra early so that I can have that time. And, it's just meant so much to me and it's helping me to get everything organized. And when everything falls apart, it's usually because I am not meeting with the Lord every day and pouring my life out to him and thanking him and inviting him into my day and into my life. And that is something that will be also in my daily life, hoping to give you more and more peeks into my spiritual walk. But yes, if you would like to follow me on YouVersion, you are certainly welcome. Karen at thismainermom. And if you would like to do devotionals with me, I am more than happy to do that with you. So, what have we talked about today? We've talked about that we want to live a better life. Honestly, we want to let's kill our goals. They always say crush it. Let's crush our goals. But let's really do it this time. Let's really get to our homes and let's get to the body decluttering. And if we need to take it one at a time, that's what we'll do. Decluttering our schedules, decluttering our budgets, decluttering our hearts. Let's mind, body, spirit it and get it get it where we want it to be to move into whatever that next season is for you. And I'm hoping that what I have communicated isn't whether or not, I'm working for Optavia right now. That's not it. It's about whether or not am I helping you? Am I serving you well? And that's what I want. I want to serve you well. I got to confess, things got a little crazy the past couple weeks here. I haven't done a ton of filming and I need to get caught up in comments. And that makes me sad, the comment part. So I'm hoping to spend time this afternoon getting caught up on my comments. I don't want you to think I've read them all, but I have not responded. I want to go back and get that straight. So Lisa Ann, she says she prays for a better attitude. Going Green Mom is talking about hormones, and that's true. Hormones, make it a bigger battle. And I understand that. I struggle with that too. Esther, I used to get into my journal and I enjoyed it. Not sure why I quit. I've done the same thing. And so I think what's even more important is where do you go from here? And so, Esther, we're together and I hope you can start today or tomorrow. And, don't try to start with 4 pages. Start where you are, something small to get yourself going again. Um, PCOS, yes, PCOS is a huge, depending on the severity for each person, can be a huge obstacle. Um, Kristen, you're very gracious. She's saying not to worry about the comments, but I really want to hold on to that as long as I possibly can. If you have any questions for me before we close, you can throw those down in the comments section right now. If a journal drags you into negativity, Going Green Mom, don't do it. If it doesn't work for you. For me, to pray, just like verbally pray, I lose focus and I don't pray as long. But if I can write a letter to God, that's really what my journaling is a letter to God, then I find that I stay more focused and I'm able to keep at it better. And it works for me, but that might not work for everyone. So if it doesn't work for you, you shouldn't do it. Lisa Ann, I bought a journal, but it's so pretty. I don't want to ruin it. And I had to let go of that too. And just because I use like Papermate. And I also use these if I remember to store them this way, because when I store them this way, they leak. But I had to get used to just making a little scribble or putting a sticker over a mistake and but maybe if you bought an ugly journal, then it's only up from there. And Going Green Mom, praying is a constant conversation for me, I guess you could say. And that's great. Pray without ceasing. That's biblical. So I want to thank all of you so much for being here with me today. And hopefully, if I can get going live more often, I won't fight with Google for 45 minutes to get logged in. It wanted me to verify my account, but it was supposed to be sending a text to my phone. The text wasn't happening. So then I belong to a app or a website called StreamYard. So I was like, I'll just go through StreamYard. Well, StreamYard wanted me to do the same thing because for some reason I can't go live using Safari. I have to use Google Chrome. Oh, goodness. Ink Joy gel pens are great. They dry instantly, no smudge. I'm going to write that down, Lisa Ann. Thank you. What is it? Ink Joy gel. I do love gel pens, Ink Joy, because I also have a coloring Bible. Here's my Bible. Let me show you. And I started out doing the coloring with gel pens, and I've moved to the Papermate because my gel pens were leaking. It was a mess. A lot of it is about how see, I have this. It's an NIV Bible, and it has the coloring. A lot of the gel pens, you have to store them correctly, or they... And honestly, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. I love seeing that you guys are kind of talking to each other and getting to know each other. So that's another great way to go live. Another great reason I go live is so that you guys can kind of get introduced to each other. Because of course, when you're watching a video, you might comment on it, but you're not going to go back to the comments and read everybody's comment. It's not like a message board. I used to love those message boards years ago that were so popular for a while because you could really get to know all of the people who were commenting. So this has been great. And again, thank you so, so much for being here with me and visiting with me. I see that we have 33 people on right now, and that is just awesome. And hopefully next you're going to see a decluttering video from me. I'm going to start filming it today. And if Miracles of Miracles happens, it'll be up on Friday. And then next week, I really would love to get up a tidy, and I would like to get a day in the life so that you can start to see these things that I'm talking about. Again, if you would like a free health assessment, I can set that up for you. You can click on the link. I think it's the only thing in my description box because it won't be. I got to do the description box after this goes up, but we've been about 45 minutes. So thank you so much for staying with me. And I love you all. And I hope you remember that God loves you and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.